In this movie, Arnold hates his family and he loves selling mattresses.
Okay.
Because it just opens on, he's on the phone. He's like, "You're my favorite customer. I love selling mattresses." And they're like, your son has a karate recital?
Sure.
Class?
Yeah.
You're the karate. You got to watch the karate. He's like, I can't stop. I love to sell mattresses too much. So anyway, so he hits traffic. So he misses it. He's like, I missed it. I'm a bad father. Why am I such a bad father? So then he comes home and his child is not talking to him. The kid is a young Anakin Skywalker.
Nice.
And he's like, I'm sorry that I missed it. Can I give you something for Christmas? And he's like, I want Turbo Man. I love Turbo Man. It's the hot new toy this season is the Turbo Man action figure. And so he's like, okay, I'll get it for you. And then later he's talking to his wife, Rita Wilson, and he's like, we bonded, we talked, it was great. She's like, well, did you get the doll? And it zooms in on his face and he's like, oh no. Uh-oh. And she was like, I told you to get the doll 2 weeks ago. Now they're going to be sold out. And he immediately lies and he's like, of course I got it. They turn the lights off and he's just staring at the ceiling like, what am I going to do?
Oh.
So then the next day, he's lying to his family. He says he has to go to the office. But really, he's going to try to figure out how to get a Turbo Man. So then he goes to the store and then waiting. And the store's closed, but it's a mob of people waiting to get in to get the Turbo Man, maybe. And then Sinbad, the comedian.
Yeah.
So he's a mailman. Yeah. Who are the other big? I guess you had your big mailmen.
Yeah.
You had Sinbad in this movie.
Yeah.
Going back, Cliff Clavin. Mr. McFeelme.
Who's that?
Was it Feely or Feel Me?
Who is that?
Well, Mr. Rogers, who kind of seemed like a gay man who lived alone, and he was so kind that he makes us cry whenever he talks. The thing about Mr. Rogers is it shows you how seldom people ever really get treated with kindness. Yeah. That whenever Mr. Rogers talks to you, you just break down crying. Yeah. He's like, "You're a good person," and you're like, "Thank you, Mr. Rogers." There's no one quite like you, and you're like, "God damn it, Mr. Rogers." And then, so every once in a while, this nice gay man in a cardigan, every once in a while he'd be like, "Oh, Mr. McFeely's here." I guess it's either Feely or Feel Me. Okay. I think he said and he would show up and he was the mailman. Yeah, and then this man who lived alone would play with his little puppet in his trolley car. He had a rich life. You're the youest you who's ever been. Don't do this to me, Mr. Rogers. I can't take it. It's Christmas. The past was doing its best.
That's the theme song.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave them alone. They were doing their best.